Imagine a world-class athlete who hates being famous. A man who dominates the most competitive basketball league on earth. Not because he loves the spotlight, but because it's a job he happens to be terrifyingly good at. This is a man who was drafted into the NBA while a Taco Bell commercial played on TV because nobody thought he was important enough to show on screen. Today, he's a three-time MVP and an NBA champion, yet his biggest priority isn't rings or money. It's getting back to his small village in Serbia to tend to his horses. This is the bizarre, humble, and brilliant story of Nikola Jokic. Every superstar has an origin story involving grueling 4 a.m. workouts. Nikola Jokic's origin story involves a 3-liter bottle of Coca-Cola. Growing up in Sombor, Serbia, Jokic was a self-described fat kid who loved two things: mathematics and horse racing. He was so out of shape that he couldn't even do a single push-up. He would drink massive amounts of soda every single day, right up until his flight to America. When he arrived in the NBA, scouts laughed. He didn't look like an athlete. He looked like a guy who got lost on his way to a buffet. He was slow. He couldn't jump over a phone book, and he looked perpetually tired. But beneath the soft exterior was a basketball genius. He didn't need to outrun you because he had already calculated where you were going to be 3 seconds before you did. The 2014 NBA draft will go down in history for one specific reason. With the 41st pick, the Denver Nuggets selected Nikola Jokic. Usually, this is a moment of tears and celebration. But for Jokic, it didn't even exist. ESPN was at a commercial break, showing an ad for a burrito from Taco Bell. As the announcer's voice scrolled his name across the bottom of the screen, the world was literally looking at a cheesy burrito. Jokic himself wasn't even watching. He was fast asleep in Serbia. His brother called him to deliver the news, and Nikola's response was to tell him to stop bothering him and let him sleep. He didn't care about the NBA. He didn't think he belonged there. He just wanted to be left alone. Fast forward a few years, and the fat kid is now the best player in the world. But Jokic never changed. When he won his first MVP award, the highest individual honor in basketball, the NBA wanted to throw a massive ceremony. Jokic refused. Instead, the executives of the Denver Nuggets had to fly all the way to a dusty horse stable in Serbia. They found the reigning MVP of the world wearing a dirty tank top, pulling a horse-drawn carriage, smelling like hay and sweat. He accepted the trophy with tears in his eyes, not because of the glory, but because he was touched that his friends from the village were there to see it. Most players want a parade in Las Vegas. Jokic just wanted to feed his trotters. In 2023, Jokic reached the mountaintop. He led the Denver Nuggets to their first ever NBA championship. He dominated the playoffs like a god among men. But as the final buzzer sounded and his teammates were screaming and crying with joy, Jokic looked annoyed. During the post-game interview, while confetti was flying, he famously said, "The job is done. We can go home now." When he found out there was a victory parade in Denver a few days later, he looked genuinely devastated. He asked the media, "No, I need to go home. I have a horse race on Sunday." He didn't want the millions of fans screaming his name. He wanted the peace of the Serbian countryside. He even lost his finals MVP trophy within 24 hours of winning it, claiming he had no idea where he left it. Nikola Jokic is a glitch in the matrix. In an era of social media brands, ego, and main character energy, he is a man who chooses to be a side character in his own legend. He proves that you don't have to fit the mold to be the best. You don't need the flashy dunks or the loud personality. He is a reminder that sometimes the greatest genius is found in the simplest people. He came, he saw, he conquered, and then, more than anything else, he just wanted to go home. Is Nikola Jokic the most unique superstar in sports history? Or is his don't care attitude just a brilliant psychological game? Let me know in the comments.